Hey everybody, this is John Barton from JB Cases. So I'm here today to do a live stream of the week of the 14th. So here we go. Try and get this going here and show you guys what we got before we ship this stuff out. So a couple little updates in the new shop. So just give you kind of a quick pan of the new shop here. You guys can see there, and then back behind the cage here. Behind the cage is where we'll do all the magic with decoration, repair, design, stuff like that. So just so you know, just to reiterate, in case there's any confusion, the cases are made in our workshop that we own, and we own everything in it in China, where my mom, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law, they run it. We lived there for 7 years, my wife and I. Then we moved over here, and now we're here. We got our new workshop here. So here we'll be doing prototyping a little bit. We'll be doing decoration, on-site decoration to some degree, and we'll be doing all the repair that can be done here. We'll be doing it here, and so on. So there you go. All right. Well, anyway, let's just jump right into it because we got to get this stuff out. So, if there's any problem with audio or video, please let me know. Okay. So I think I've got this all figured out and set up now. The site itself, or the bandwidth and everything seems to be good. So we'll see how it holds. Okay. All right. So first of all, let's get started with, I'm just going to jump right in on this one. Just to remind everybody that we make leather cases. Classic, good, cool leather cases. So this is a 4x8. Is it? 4x8, right? Yeah, of course. This is a 4x8 saddle leather, also called veg tan. And I just want to show you something with this, right? This is a very classic design, but there's something really cool about it that I want you all to notice. And I want you all to go look around and see other tooled cases like this with this stamped design, and you'll see. Now every one of these stamps is individually stamped. So that's a stamp, that's a stamp, that's a stamp, and so on. Now when I say stamp, I'm talking about a tool. You hit it with a hammer when the leather's wet, and you make the impression. And then we got to go in and color each of these impressions by hand like that. So, but here's the cool part. Look at this. You'll notice that there's no guidelines anywhere on there. Now, typically with leathers work like this, you'll see that there's a straight line or a couple straight lines, and then they build off of that to keep it all straight. We don't have to do that because we use a technique that we learned from a guy named Paul Burnett, where we put down dots on here to indicate where the tools go. Then we stamp it. Everything's perfect, and it comes out beautiful with no need for these guidelines to mess with the design. Isn't that cool? Magnetic latch. We have a 4x8 interior. Very cool. And yeah, just beautiful. Look at that. We even dyed the lacing on here. We even dyed the lacing blue. I just want you guys to see something here. Just look how tight everything is. Look at the corners. Look at the way we do our corners. You know, this is all these little tiny details make a big difference in the longevity of the case, the way it looks, the way it's put together, the way it's made. You know, we take a lot of pride in this. I take a lot of pride in these small details that we put into these cases. The magnetic latch, you don't have to worry about stuff breaking. It's more efficient. You see guys with cases out there making these pancake envelope cases, and the pancake envelope case that they make is like this wide. You know, it's wider than this, and this is only a little bit deeper, and this holds 4 butts and 8 shafts. You know what I mean? Hey, fat boy, good to see you, man. So anyway, there you go. Beautiful leather case. It has backpack straps. I don't know where they're at. Karen has them here somewhere that we'll put on later. But just so you can see, we make classic leather. You know, as good or better than anybody else in the world. So some people think of JB Cases as like a mid-range kind of brand, you know, with the ruggeds that we do because they're the most popular, these back here. But we do make high-end leather, and that's where we started, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So, okay, moving on here. I have here a maroon. Sorry, let me put this tag back on before we forget. I don't want to send the case to the wrong person. So, this is a maroon and black and tan case right here, and it says holes. Got a B on there. And then what else do we have? This is a 2x5/3x4 with white leather zipper pulls. As you can see right there, backpack straps, whole deal here. With a beautiful maroon interior. So there you go, 2 butts and 5 shafts. Okay, this one here is a butterfly 4x8. It's a butterfly 4x8, ROTB pool. And then they put a JB Cases logo on there. So just so you guys know, that's optional. You guys can get it for free if you want it on there. Thank you very much if you put it on. We appreciate it. But doesn't have to be. We're not like some of the other guys that put our big ass honking logo all over it and force you to advertise for us. This is all we need right here, so you know it's a JB case. That's all you need right there. JB Cases and the time it was born on. Do you actually have time to make cases while fighting DH and LF? I don't. Oh, DH is Danny Harriman. Yeah, I do because division of labor, right? So we have about 25 people. You know, we just hired a couple more, so you know now it's going to be like 28 people in China that are producing the cases, making the cases one at a time according to my specifications. You know, the way I want it done, and then Karen handles all the orders over here, and Asia handles the customer service, and I guess I'm just the pretty face on the poster, you know. But yes, I mean, yeah, I can take time out of my day to correct those people on the internet who are wrong, and but I shouldn't. All right, so I could be a lot more productive with my time. So it's absolutely a waste of time to engage with those assholes, but it's entertaining. So anyway, this is I want to show you this here. This is on the strap, and it says buttons. Isn't that cool? So 4 butts, 8 shafts, 2 butts and 4 shafts on each side of the board. Very thick padding here. This has got antimicrobial fiber board is what we use for the sideboards on here. So this is a semi-hard case. Just a great case, really. Okay. This one here is a 2x3. So as you can see, we use the plaid that we've used a couple times. Pretty cool. Now this is an example of just seeing something that we've done and somebody calls in and says, hey, I want this case, but I would like it to have that plaid that you used in video, you know, from June of last year or something. This is not yet something that we offer online on the designer, but if you've seen it and we can get the material, we're happy to build it for you. Thank you, Merrick. 2 butts and 3 shafts. Okay, here's a black and blue 2x5, 3x4. So this one is black and white and blue. White zipper pulls, white stitching. Isn't that cool? And it says Fenton on here. Look at these big ass honking D-rings on there. When we do a single strap one, we went to these big D-rings so that way you can easily put 2 straps on there a lot easier. The strength and everything is the same, but I just think those big ass D-rings look really nice, you know, and they're real strong. So, cool. So if you choose later to put another strap on there and wear it like a backpack, then it'll be closer to the ergonomic friendliness that it is when you do 2 straps dedicated. Gosh, I'm burping a lot. I don't know. It's crazy. So 2 butts and 5 shafts, 3 butts and 4 shafts. Thank you, Eric. All right, here's a burnt orange 2x5, 3x4. And it says Madison on here, real nice. So the whole case is pretty much burnt orange with black piping, burnt orange leather zipper pulls, and burnt orange stitching. So very nice. Mostly monotone case that came out looking very pretty with a blue interior. That's pretty cool. All right, this one is a navy blue and gray and teal and blue. So it's got like 3 or 4 different colors in there, navy blue and teal. And you'll notice on the backpack straps, of course, if we do a dedicated one, we put 2 D-rings right here as opposed to 1 through the center. But so that's what I was showing you earlier. And this one says King of the Slate Pro Shop. That's pretty cool. Look at that stitching on there. Isn't that nice? We take a lot of pride too in everything that we do. We try to do the best job that we can with this. That doesn't mean that we won't once in a while have a brain fart or something. But when it comes to like the embroidery, I feel like it should be tight, it should be good, it should be, you know, really well done. And that takes it a lot of times, most of the time, it means we have to do it by hand for the digitizing. Where it means we go in on the computer program and by hand we set where all the stitches and everything go, and then we test it just to make sure it looks the way we want it, and so on. And we do this over and over instead of just throwing an image into the program, letting it spit out whatever, and then sewing that on the case. I don't think that's good. I've never thought it's good, and I never will. So you're always going to see that we take the extra time to do the high quality embroidery. A lot of times we've even made someone's logo better, and then we've given them the file so they can give to other embroidery companies when they want to do shirts or whatever, and then they'll have a really nice high quality logo. This is crazy. A lot of times people will go to the mall. You know, they'll go somewhere and they'll just take whatever they give them, you know, because they don't know the difference between good and bad embroidery or mediocre embroidery. And so, you know, sometimes it's like that. And they go for years having a logo that's just so-so, the embroidered part, when they could have a really great, nice looking one. So that's what we do. So anyway, check this out. This is a maroon and tan. Looks like a Florida State fan. And so we've got an embroidered arrow on here. And then we got FSU, Seminoles, right, with the Seminole Indian there, representation. And then look here how we've got the name with outlined on there. That's pretty cool. Now again, that's something that you can ask for. You know, we don't offer it on the designer yet, but it's something that you can ask for, and of course we'll do it. And then we've got another FSU logo right there on top. Tan stitching. Case looks great. Maroon interior. 2 butts, 5 shafts. Today's 2 butt, 5 shaft day, I guess. So that's pretty cool. Then here I have a black and yellow 4x8, and it just says Jack right there. That's pretty cool. Yellow stitching. Isn't that neat? White zipper pulls. You people are brave doing white zipper pulls, man. They're like white tennis shoes. And there you go. 4 butts, 8 shafts. Okay, next case I have here is a 3x6, black and burgundy, black and maroon. I'm not sure which this is. Is it maroon or burgundy? It says MG4 on there. Pretty cool. Backpack straps, maroon zipper pulls. And let's see what color interior we have. Black. Black 3x6. So here's a black and red 2x5, 3x4. And this is a Georgia Bulldogs fan. So we got the Bulldogs. The Georgia logo. What does it say on there? Georgia, of course. And then the Bulldog. I graduated from Edmond High School. We were also the Bulldogs. We had like a similar mascot there. Edmond, Oklahoma. With a red interior. There you go. Isn't that sweet? Nice. I might do another one of these for Facebook just so I got a different one on Facebook. I'm trying to figure out how I can broadcast this concurrently through Facebook and YouTube. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I tried to do it last week. It didn't turn out so well, but I think also my bandwidth was really bad. So this is a 4x8, black and green. So black and neon green there. Very nice. And it says here, the Southern Sniper. I love it. Look at the 9-ball in there. Isn't that cool? Is that a 9-ball? Yeah. See the representation of the 9-ball? And make sure it gets represented accurately there. Pretty cool, huh? I just love that. And I love it when people bring us their graphics and stuff and it looks, it comes out looking really good. So there's a 4 butts, 8 shafts. Now, you guys will notice sometimes when I open these, it'll be like that, right? And that looks terrible, right? But here's the deal. These cases have removable interiors with a Velcro bottom here. So this is industrial strength Velcro down at the bottom. So what happens is when we put them in for transport, we don't seat them all the way with all the cues. We don't put cues in them all the way down and make sure every one of them is dead seated in there. So a lot of times when they get shipped, they get jostled around and then that'll come up a little bit. But once you use it and you put the cues in, everything that Velcro attaches and then it's good to go. So it's not going anywhere. I think the removable interior is one of the things that I am most proud of. And I wish I could say that it was all my idea, but it was kind of an accidental thing because one of my friends and mentor, I wouldn't say mentor, but an inspiration in a sense, Jack Justice was an iconic case maker. And we got into a little bit of an argument right around like 2010-ish, around there. And one of the things he said was, I mentioned that the interior was loose and easy to come out. And he said, well, I do that so people can change the interior. And so back then I argued with him. I said, well, I don't think that's why you did it. I think you did it because it's easier to put it in or whatever. But of course it was just, blah, blah, blah. But I thought about it and I thought, you know what? I bet I could design a secure interior that really would be easy to put in and easy to take out, but would be well padded and do everything that I want it to do as far as protecting cues. But if there's any problem, a customer can just pull it out. You drop a joint protector in there, a piece of chalk or quarters or whatever. Then you can just fish it out and you're good to go. Some people take them out and they even wash them. Now I recommend just gentle hand washing. Don't throw it in the washer and don't throw it in the dryer because the plastic in here will deform if you put it under high heat. So, you got to be careful with that. But people have taken it out and vacuumed it, washed it, replaced it. We've had people say, look, I just want a different color. And there they go. So you can buy an interior from us and get that. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's see, I've got I think that's about it for the customs. I did want to show you guys something here real quick. This is a new pattern. This is a new pattern that Karen found, and I just think it came out pretty cool. This is not a custom. This will be for sale, but isn't that pretty? I mean, I'm not much of a brown fan too much, you know, but I really like the way that came out. I just think the balance is really nice on there. So there you go. That's a 3x6, by the way. All right, well, that's it for today, guys. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and shoot them on. It's 4:30 now here, so I need to get busy getting these packed. But yeah, so there you go. Let's see what the questions are real quick. Scott says, you make the best cases. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, man. Let me move this over so I can read it while I'm talking to you guys. Okay, 2 straps are unbeatable. Doesn't slide from my shoulders. Basically the reason. Oh, thank you, Merrick. Yeah, the straps is a big deal for us. You know, I mean, for those of you who don't know, that is a suede right there. That is a leather suede, which means that it's basically non-slip. So when you put it on here like this, once it gets seated on there, it doesn't want to slip off. So it doesn't want to come off easily here. So, you know, if I do this, you know, it takes a while before it comes off. You see how far I had to lean over? And there's a reason for that. It's because ergonomically, if you've got a case where you're constantly messing with it, you're constantly holding it, right? You're putting pressure here to hold it on your body, or you're constantly doing this, or you're walking around like this, you know, and you'll see people. Watch. Go to the pool room or go to a big tournament and watch people walk around with their cases, and you'll see them like this, slightly, right? They're hunched up a little bit, or they're like this, or they're standing there like this, you know? And the reason for that is because their strap, their whole case wants to slip off their shoulder. Now, not only is that dangerous depending on the type of case you have when it does slip off, if you have a case that rattles inside and those cues hit each other or they hit the sides of the case, which can cause damage. But the other part of it is it's just tiring, it's fatiguing, and you don't think about it. But you guys go study this. Go look it up on the internet, and you'll see all the micro moves that people do that sap energy. You know, so you'll get to go to play, and then later you'll be playing and you'll have some weird ass twitch in here, and you won't know where it came from, but it's a nerve thing because you've been sitting there holding your arm in a weird position for 2 hours, you know, or your thumb right here has been hooked in, and you got you got a little carpal tunnel thing going on here. I mean, it's all kinds of little issues that can come up that by having a case that doesn't slip off your shoulder easily, it alleviates a lot of that, and it just wears better, and it feels more comfortable, and it feels lighter. So there you go. And especially since we put really good padding in here, and it's ergonomic, and it's a dog bone style, so it's made to fit right in your shoulder blade. So there you go. Brian, this is the first shipment of this week, so we're probably going to get another shipment here Wednesday or Thursday. Not sure. But, you know, just keep looking, my friend. Just keep looking. It'll show up. Okay? All right. Well, let's see. Cliff Tyler says, I spend thousands every year, have our clients' logos professionally digitized to make sure they come out great or whatever. Yeah, Cliff, you know, man. You know. If you're doing the same thing that we're doing there, and you know when it looks good and when it doesn't. So you understand. All right, well, guys, that's all I have. So thank you guys very much for spending time with us. And remember, if you don't want to build it yourself, give us a shot. We'll be happy to build you a great case with a lifetime warranty, as it says right there. The only thing we ask is that you be clear and you be patient. And when you're those two things, there's a very good chance you're going to get exactly the case you want. And you're going to get it in a time frame that's consistent with the orders that we have. But when you get it, I am pretty sure it will be worth the wait. So you can ask around, and people say, oh, I don't want to order a case. It's going to take 2 months or 3 months. You know, hey man, it is what it is on that, because that's how many orders we have. But at the end of the day, you get exactly what makes you feel good, and you know your cues are protected. So thanks a lot, everybody. Y'all have a good time, and stay in stroke. That's the only reason I miss my old company in stroke, because I can't say that and have the company. But anyway, you know what I mean. Play well, stay in stroke, and stay peaceful if you